All right, today we'll get started in Child's Pose. I'll offer up a slightly different variation of Child's Pose today that I like to start with sometimes. So this time, bring your legs together to touch and then drape your torso over your thighs. Rest your forehead down on your mat and then take your arms and rest them down by your sides rather than out in front of you. This is kind of a more restorative version of Child's Pose. If you prefer to spread your knees out wide and reach your arms in front of you, feel free to take that instead. Wherever you're at, bring your attention to your breath. Draw a nice deep breath in through your nose. And a nice loud sigh out your mouth. Let go of your day, anything not serving you. Take another deep breath in, just like that, filling all the way up, nice and slow. This time, seal your lips and exhale back out your nose. Create an oceanic sound at the back of your throat. Feel the constriction there. And continue to breathe here like this, in and out through your nose, a couple more rounds on your own. Try to match the length of your in-breath and your out-breath. Take one more deep breath in. One more slow and controlled breath out your nose. Now from here, take your hands beneath your shoulders and lift yourself up to standing on your knees. So draw your knees underneath your hips. Take your right leg and extend your right leg out to the side. Press the sole of your right foot down.
Do this sideways.
Press the sole of your right foot down on the ground and point your toes forward. Place your right hand on your right thigh. Inhale, extend your left arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, side body stretch toward the right. You can gaze up toward your left palm. Feel the nice opening on your left rib cage. Now from here, continue to reach toward your right foot. So you're reaching toward the right foot. Now take both hands over towards your right leg. Crawl your palms to the center and then extend your arms out in front of you. Yeah, that's fine. So press your palms out in front of you on your mat. You can drop your forehead down if you want, or you can drop your chin down toward the ground. You should feel a nice opening in your shoulders and also on your right inner thigh. Slowly crawl your palms back to center. Lift up to standing on your knees. Drop your right leg back down to the ground. Now extend your left leg out to your left side, sole of your left foot on the floor. Place your left hand on your left leg. Inhale, extend your right arm high. Exhale, side body stretch toward the left. Create space on your right rib cage and gaze up toward your right palm. From here, continue to reach toward your left leg. So reach your right hand over toward your left foot. Now take both hands over toward the left side. Now crawl your palms to the center and extend your arms out in front of you, palms facing down and fingers pointing forward. Keep the sole of your left foot grounded. You can press your hips slightly back to feel that further opening on your left inner thigh. Walk your hands back to center, lift up to standing on both knees. Now come to a tabletop position, stack your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Take a few breaths to settle in here, however you like. If you like to bend into one knee, bend into the next. Press your palms firmly down and forward, and then compress your chest a little closer toward your thighs. Feel this length in your spine. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, Ragdoll Pose. Walk your feet behind your wrists at about hip-width distance. Drape your torso over your thighs so you can bring a generous bend to your knees here. Let your head just hang heavy. Release any tension from your shoulders, your upper body. Toe heel your feet together to touch. Leave just a slight sliver of space between your heels. On a nice slow inhale, roll all the way up to stand, stacking one vertebrae on top of the next. No rush to get to the top. Whenever you do, press your palms together at heart center. You can flutter your eyes closed or soften your gaze. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Ground down firmly through all corners of your feet and lift your kneecaps up. Take a nice deep breath in. Controlled breath back out your nose. Blink your eyes open if they're closed. Drop your arms down to your sides and shine your palms forward. Inhale, mountain pose. Extend your arms up overhead. Option to press your palms together and gaze up toward your hands. Just spiral your pinkies inward toward one another. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips down to your mat. Nice and slow. Deep breath out as you lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your palms to your shins or thighs. Flatten out your back and snap your belly button up into your spine. Take a breath in. Exhale, tabletop. Plant your palms and walk your knees back to a tabletop position. Now inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down toward the ground. Lift your gaze and tuck your toes under behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step toward your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten out your back. Exhale, forward fold. Release down. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, Samastitihi. Drop your hands together at your heart. Send your arms down to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Ride your breath all the way down toward your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, tabletop. Plant your palms. Step your knees back. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly. Expand through your collarbones and tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pike your hips up and back. Maintain this length in your spine. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Neutralize your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend down. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise all the way up. Nice deep breath in as you lift up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Hands together at heart center. Drop your arms to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose. Extend your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Dive down through heart center toward your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten your back. Exhale, tabletop pose. Plant your palms. Step your knees back. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly. Lift your gaze. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your tailbone up and back. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Spiral your triceps to the wall behind you. Inhale, extend your right heel high. Flex your right toes down to the ground. Even the weight between your palms. Breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot in between your hands and drop your left knee down to your mat. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift your torso up, arms overhead, and breathe here. Sink into this position however you'd like. So maybe you drop your hands to your hips. Maybe you interlace your hands around your front thigh and slowly take some movement if you want. Just gently rocking forward and back. Just keep your chest up nice and high. Feel this stretch in your left hip flexors. Now inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms back up to frame your face. Exhale, easy back bend. Goal post your arms, lift your heart up toward the ceiling. Continue to press your pelvis forward. Inhale, crescent moon, lift back up to center. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms, lift your left knee off of the ground. Spiral your back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Lift your arms up overhead. Breathe here for a moment. You can drop your hands down to your waist if you'd like. Physically square your hips forward. So pull your left hip point forward and right hip point back. Continue to bend into your right knee and press your back foot down as hard as you can. Inhale, extend your arms back up overhead if you're not already there. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms and step your right leg to the back of your mat. Inhale, lift your left heel high. Flex your left toes actively toward the ground and squeeze your left butt cheek. Breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot in between your palms and drop your right knee down to your mat. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms up. Breathe here and sink into this however you choose. Drop your hands around your front thigh. You're taking some movement. Just keep it nice and gentle. Really slow movements forward and back. Inhale, crescent moon, lift your arms up. Exhale, back bend, goal post your arms, lift your heart. Think more about the lift up with your heart than dumping into your low back. Inhale, crescent moon, lift back up to center. Exhale, low lunge, plant your palms, lift your right knee up off of the ground. Press your back foot into your mat. Inhale, warrior one. Lift your torso up, arms overhead, breathe here. Again, you can drop your hands down to your waist if you'd like. Press really hard down into your front heel and the outer edge of your back foot. So if your back foot comes up off of the ground, just step your back foot in a couple steps. That's totally fine. Now, inhale, bend a little deeper into your front leg. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms, step your left leg back and lift your tailbone up and back. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Melt your heels down toward your mat. Inhale, kick your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your palms and drop your left knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, back bend. Cactus your arms. Lift your heart. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift up to center. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms, lift your left knee off of your mat. Inhale, warrior one. Press your back foot down, lift your arms overhead. Listen for a little change here. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, pyramid pose. Hinge from your hips down toward the ground and take your hands to, you can tense your fingers on the floor. If this is difficult for you, play around with the placement of your feet. So maybe you step your back foot in a little bit. Make this a little more accessible. So your back foot should be facing outwards at about a 45-degree angle. Squeeze your upper inner thighs together to keep your hips squared forward rather than opening up toward the left side. Lift your right kneecap up. That will help elongate your right hamstring where you should be feeling the stretch. One more breath in. Hinge a little deeper on your breath out. Inhale, warrior one. Bend back into your right knee and lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms, step your right leg to the back of your mat, hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms and drop your right knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms up. Exhale, back bend. Press your pelvis forward. Cactus your arms. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift to center. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms. Lift your right knee off of your mat. Inhale, warrior one. Press your back foot down. Lift your arms up overhead. So here's the change. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, pyramid pose. Hinge from your hips, nice and slow down toward the ground. And then from here again, if you need to step your back foot in a couple footsteps, that's totally fine. Engage your left quad, so lift your left knee up. And feel how this creates more space in the back of your left leg. Try to maintain a neutral spine here and avoid too much rounding in your upper back. One more breath in. Hinge deeper on your breath out. Inhale, warrior one. Bend back into your left leg and extend your arms up to frame your face. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, kick your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your palms and drop your left knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms up. Exhale, back bend, goalpost your arms. Lift your heart up toward the ceiling. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift to center. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms. Lift your left knee off of the ground. Inhale, warrior one. Press your back foot down. Lift your arms up. Exhale, pyramid pose. Straighten your right leg. Hinge from your hips down and touch your fingers on the floor. Inhale, warrior one. Bend back into your right knee. Listen for the change here. Exhale, warrior two. Readjust your stance. Keep your right leg bent and gaze over your right fingertips. You can bend and straighten into your front leg a couple times to sink into this position. Press a lot of weight to the outer edges of both feet. So keep some awareness in your back leg by pressing your back foot firmly into the ground. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your right arm up and back. Gaze up toward your right palm. Keep the bend in your front knee. Breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Cartwheel your arms down and step your right leg to the back of your mat. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms and drop your right knee down to your mat. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms up. Exhale, back bend, cactus your arms. Feel the stretch on your right hip. Inhale, crescent moon, lift to center. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms, lift your right knee off of the ground. Inhale, warrior one. Place your back foot down, lift your arms up. Exhale, pyramid pose. Straighten your left leg and hinge from your hips down toward the ground. Feel the stretch in your left hamstring. Inhale, warrior one. Bend back into your left leg. Lift your arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Readjust your stance as needed to find front heel to back arch alignment in your feet and gaze over your left fingertips. You can take some movement in your front knee, maybe bend and straighten into your front leg a couple times. Feel this opening in your hips. Face your palms down toward the ground. Really strong fingers here. Feel the energy shooting out both hands. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your left arm up and back. Feel space on your left rib cage. Breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Cartwheel your arms down. Step your left leg to the back of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath back out your nose. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Inhale, mountain pose, rise all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands together at your heart. Ground out through your left foot. Inhale, tree pose on the right. Connect the sole of your right foot to your inner left calf or lift your foot up to your inner left thigh. And then take whatever arm variation you'd like. You can keep your hands at your heart. You can lift your arms up. Maybe grab elbows behind your back. Whatever you're feeling today. We'll be here just for a couple more rounds of breath. Press your right knee toward the wall behind you. So it's this external rotation of your right leg. Take one more breath in. Exhale, Samasthiti. Slowly drop your right leg back down to the ground. Now ground down through your right foot. Inhale, tree pose on the left. Lift the sole of your left foot to your inner right calf or up on your inner right thigh. Again, take whatever arm variation you'd like. Could be the same, could be different. So press your hips forward a little bit and then press your left knee further back. Press your left foot into your right leg just as much as you press your right leg back into your left foot. Feel how this helps with your balance, creates a lock in your core. Take one more breath in. Exhale, Samasthiti. Slowly drop your left leg back down to your mat. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Neutralize your spine. Exhale, tabletop. Plant your palms. Step your knees back. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back and melt your heels down for your mat. Inhale, keep your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot in between your palms. Now from here, inhale, high triangle. Spiral your back foot down, straighten your right leg, and lift your arms up over your head. Gaze toward your palms. So your legs here, both legs are straight, your right toes are pointed forward, and your left toes are pointing the left side of your space, so the wall that you're facing. And gaze up toward your hands. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, deep lunge to the back of your mat. Bend into your left knee and come up onto your right heel. So from here, you can keep your hands together at your heart, or you can drop your hands and tense your fingers on the ground, whatever you choose. Your back heel might lift off of your mat, that's fine. It might stay planted. Wherever you're at is okay. Just focus on this stretch on your inner right thigh. This is an external rotation of your right leg. So dial your inner right thigh. It's like you're trying to lift it up toward the ceiling, or dial it up toward the ceiling. Take another breath in and another breath out. Drop your hands down toward your mat if they're not already there. And then from here, crawl into a halfway lift in a wide leg position. So tense your fingers on the ground and parallel your spine with the floor. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Let your head just fall down. And then from here, if you're working on getting the crown of your head toward your mat, you can walk your feet a bit wider. Walk your hands back so your fingers are about in line with your toes. And then from there, you can work on dropping your head toward your mat. Engage your quads, so lift your knees up. Keep nice active quads here. Wherever you're at, walk your palms down in front of your face. Inhale, halfway lift. Tense your fingers, flatten out your back. Exhale, low lunge. Crawl your palms forward to frame your front foot. Inhale, three-legged dog. Kick your right leg high behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop your right foot down to your mat. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot in between your palms. Inhale, high triangle. Spiral your back foot down, straighten your left leg, and then press your palms together over your head. So your left toes point forward and your left leg is straight. Right leg is straight and right toes point toward the right side of your space. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, deep lunge to the back of your mat. So again, your back heel might lift off of your mat. It might stay planted, that's fine. So come onto your left heel and point your left toes up toward the ceiling. So yeah, what we're really working on here is this, again, this external rotation of your left thigh. So if your right foot was like planted down into the ground, that'd be an internal rotation. You want to work on an external rotation. So really pointing your left toes up toward the ceiling. Take another breath in. Another breath out through your nose. Now take your hands down to your mat. Crawl yourself into a wide leg halfway lift position. So fingers tented on the ground and flat spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. You can drop into this however you like. You can grab for your ankles if you want. If you want a chest expansion today, feel free to take that as well. Interlacing your hands at the small of your back and pulling your palms over your head. You can also work on getting the crown of your head down to the ground again. Whatever you want, we'll be here for another breath in. And another breath out. Now inhale, halfway lift. Tense your fingers on the ground, flatten out your back. Exhale, low lunge. Crawl your palms forward to frame your front foot. Inhale, three-legged dog. Kick your left heel high behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop your left foot to your mat. Inhale, hinge forward to a high plank. And now slowly with control, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Keep your palms on the mat and cricket your elbows up. Inhale, baby cobra, gently lift your chest, little to no weight in your palms, engaging the back line of your body, breath in. Exhale, lower your chest back down. We'll take this 2 more times. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your knees up, but keep the tops of your feet down into your mat. Exhale, lower your chest down. Last one, inhale, baby cobra, lift up just a bit higher. Exhale, lower down, lower one cheek down to your mat, and extend your arms by your sides. Let's take a little mini shavasana here for a moment. Feel your heart beating into the earth. Return your chin to center. Plant your palms into the ground, lift up to standing on your knees, and then flip over onto your butt. We'll take Janushirshasana. We'll start on the left side. So extend your left leg long. Place the sole of your left foot on your inner left, or the sole of your right foot on your inner left thigh. Pivot your torso in line with your left leg. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Grab for whatever you can, whether that be your shin or your foot or your toes. Your hamstrings are super open and you're pretty flexible. You might hinge far enough forward to be able to grab a wrist behind your foot. You can go for that if that's accessible. Inhale, lift back up to center. Switch out your sides. Extend your right leg long. Press the sole of your left foot on your inner right thigh and pivot your torso so it's facing your right leg. Deep breath in, find length in your spine. Exhale, hinge forward towards your foot or your calf or whatever you can grab. This side might feel a little different. That's totally normal. Again, if you're super flexible, you might be able to wrap your hands behind your foot and grab for your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, lift back up to center. We'll take half Lord of the Fishes here. So we'll start twisting this way. So take your right foot and bring your right foot over toward your left hip, and then your left foot on the outside of your right thigh. And then inhale, extend your right arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, drop your right arm on your outer left thigh and twist and gaze over your left shoulder. On an inhale, find length. On the exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Just slowly unwind from the posture. We'll take it on the other side. Take your left foot over toward your right hip, and then your right sole of your foot on your outer left thigh. Inhale, extend your left arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, drop your left arm on your outer right thigh. You can place your hand behind your right hip. And then gaze over your right shoulder behind you, feeling this nice twist in your torso from your belly button up. next inhale, unwind from the pose. Press the soles of your feet down into the ground. Recline all the way down to your back. Lift your knees into your chest and wrap your forearms around your shins. Roll up into one tiny little supine ball. Squeeze everything together as tight as you can. Deep breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Let your arms and legs go long. Allow your body to fall into whatever shape it wants here. It doesn't need to look like anything in particular. Take a quick body scan, starting from your feet. Release any tension in your feet. Just let them fall out wide. Release any tightness in your legs and your knees. Release the tension from your hips and any tightness in your abs. Feel your belly rise and fall, the natural rhythm of your breath. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Feel your shoulder blades just melt into the floor beneath you. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax the muscles in your forehead. Just enjoy a moment of rest here. You can stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you'd like to be guided out tonight, begin to bring tiny movements back to your fingers and toes. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. Take a long body stretch. Extend your arms overhead. Try and lengthen your entire body. And draw your knees in toward your chest and rock onto whichever side favors you for fetal pose, using your bicep as a pillow. Rest yourself up to a comfortable seat. Place your hands on your knees, in your lap, or at heart center. Let your eyes close or soften your gaze. Find a nice tall spine. We'll finish with a breath. Exhale out any stale air in your lungs. Now take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly rise, your chest expand, and then hold your breath in at the top. Open mouth, exhale, sigh your air out nice and strong. Lift your thumbs up to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows and your forehead. The light in me honors and sees the light in all of you. Bow forward. Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks, Emily.
Yeah.
Or you